The Mayan calendar is real and is pointing to the coming cataclysms. But unfortunately, through all the many hands that it passed, and because of the breaches in its caretakers, certain key points were lost. Primarily, when did it start? This is an example of the lost records that occur following the periodic cataclysms the Earth experiences. The Mayan calendar is correct and accurate, but just exactly what year does the count start? This is an example of the lost records that occur following the periodic cataclysms the Earth experiences. The Mayan calendar is correct and accurate, but just exactly what year does the count start? They are off on that count, and therefore it lands almost a decade further in the future than it ought to. During cataclysms, and for many hundreds of years following, people become terribly discombobulated. Look what happened to the Egyptian records after the last pole shift. The Jewish exodus occurred, with the Jews able to leave their slavehood, taking their old, their lame, and their babes in arms with them. They escaped, one and all, from their captors, not because they were all that swift, but because their captors were very distracted. The hail, the insects disturbed by the groaning in the earth and running in every direction, the volcanic eruptions, the earthquakes, and the fact that they were experiencing a very long day. The sun quite noticeably slowed in its progression across the sky. All this distracted the Egyptians. After the last cataclysms, the very careful Egyptian records, which kept census, the grain stores which maintained the rich, all this went to hell. And for centuries afterwards, people lost track of just how many years passed until records began to be kept again. This happened all over the world during each cataclysm. What happened to the great cities of China? Records are disrupted.